Everyone remembers the trophies, the championships, the highlights, but very few people understand the cost. Because greatness doesn't arrive with applause, it arrives with silence. Long before the crowds, long before the cheers, long before the world called him great, Kobe Bryant was alone. Not emotionally broken, not lost, just alone. And that loneliness wasn't accidental, it was chosen. People love to say Kobe was obsessed. They say it casually, like obsession is cool, like obsession is glamorous. But obsession isn't pretty. Obsession means doing what others refuse to do for longer than they're willing to watch. It means waking up when the city is asleep, training when no one is filming, pushing when the body begs for mercy. Obsession isolates you, because while others rest, you're working. While others celebrate balance, you're chasing mastery. And that makes people uncomfortable, because your discipline exposes their excuses. Kobe didn't fit in, not because he couldn't, but because he wouldn't. He demanded more, from himself and from others. And most people don't like being reminded of what they're capable of. So they labeled him too intense, too serious, too obsessed. But intensity is lonely. When you refuse to lower your standards, you shrink your circle. Not everyone wants to walk that path. Not everyone wants to suffer voluntarily. And that's where the real pain begins. Not physical pain, social pain. Being misunderstood, being judged, being isolated for wanting more. Here's the part no one talks about. Loneliness doesn't come after greatness. It comes before it. Loneliness is the training ground. When you choose discipline over comfort, you lose conversations, you lose invitations, you lose common ground, because your life starts moving in a different direction. And Kobe accepted that. He didn't beg for approval. He didn't soften his edge. He didn't apologize for his standards. He understood something rare. You can't belong everywhere and become exceptional. So he chose isolation. Not because he hated people, but because he respected his purpose more than their approval. Kobe didn't rely on motivation. Motivation fades, emotion fluctuates. He relied on identity. He didn't ask, do I feel like training today? He asked, who do I choose to be today? That question changes everything. When discipline becomes identity, excuses disappear. You don't negotiate with who you are. You don't wait for inspiration to show up. You show up because that's what you do. And that mindset, it's lonely because very few people are willing to build their life around standards instead of feelings. Let's be honest, this path isn't for everyone. Obsession costs relationships, it costs comfort, it costs ease, and sometimes it costs peace. There were moments of frustration, moments of doubt, moments where the weight felt heavy, but Kobe understood a brutal truth. Average is comfortable, greatness is isolating. And if you're not willing to be misunderstood, you're not willing to be great. That's the part people avoid. They want the outcome without the isolation that produces it. The discipline didn't exist for cameras. It existed at 4 a.m., in empty gyms, in repetition no one applauded. That's where identity is forged, not in public wins, but in private commitment. Kobe didn't train to impress, he trained to eliminate weakness. And weakness hides in comfort, so he chased discomfort, daily, relentlessly, even when it meant walking alone. Now listen carefully. If you feel lonely right now, if your standards separate you, if your discipline makes you feel misunderstood, you're not broken. You might be becoming. Here's the truth Kobe's life reveals. Greatness isn't built in crowds, it's built in solitude. Obsession isn't madness, it's clarity. Discipline isn't punishment, it's self-respect. But you must decide. Do you want comfort or do you want growth? Do you want approval or do you want mastery? Because you can't have both. So here's your challenge. Choose one area of your life where you've been negotiating with comfort and stop. Raise your standard. Train when no one cares. Work when no one claps. Commit when no one understands. Because the loneliness you're feeling might not be a warning, it might be the cost of becoming someone rare. Kobe Bryant didn't chase greatness, he accepted the loneliness that comes with it. The question is, are you willing to do the same?